Okay, good evening everybody. My name is Danny Wells. I am a Regional Vice President and Independent Consultant with Arbonne International, and this is our weekly team get together. And this week we have District Manager in Qualification Emma Wood training on Eric Worre's skill number 5, helping people become either customers or distributors. And then following on from that we have a District Manager, nearly said exec then, almost exec, Emma Lee, training on fresh cell technology. So I will pass it over to Emma Wood to take over with her training.
Hi everybody. So I'm going to be doing, I'm going to share my screen if I can do this. First time I've used PowerPoint, so.
Oh, it looks nice and fancy.
Took me ages. I was like, I will conquer how to use PowerPoint.
It looks lovely.
Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to be doing Eric Worre's Skill 5 this evening, which is helping your prospects become customers and distributors. So Skill 5 is all about following up professionally. After we have given exposure after exposure, our goal is to educate and give a good understanding of this opportunity. It's our job to guide them to a decision. So introducing prospects to Arbonne. It's not often someone will come to you and say, I want to join your business. Most of the time they are watching and waiting to be asked. People always like to be asked in everything, as it's like a compliment or a kind gesture. After quite a few exposures, giving them all the correct information and guidance and understanding of the business, then our job to guide that person to a decision. So Eric Worre talks about 2 things in Skill 5. First being posture. Always have a good posture. If you have poor posture, that person will pick up on that. Doesn't say I am a confident person, and it gives that person the wrong impression of you. Sit up tall, practice on getting that posture right. Only 7% of what we actually say is our communication skills. All the other communication comes from our body language. Have a good, strong posture is really important. Having a bad posture can really put people off, and it can make you look needy, and they will just think, oh, they just want to get me to join their team, and that's it, and they will back off. So are you sitting with a good posture? So Eric Worre also says emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. It is a really hard thing to do, to detach yourself from the outcome, so it becomes less and less important if someone says yes or no to us. This is really difficult sometimes when we have coached and talked someone through. Nobody wants a no, we all want yeses. But just stand back. As long as you are there to educate and inform, going in with that mindset will give you a more positive feeling and will come across to that person as well. We don't want to be putting a needy side across, and if you are giving a negative side and have bad posture, you would most likely get a no. And when you move on to the next person, it happens again, and so on and so on. So Eric Worre gives these tips. Detach yourself emotionally. Just think you are educating the person and sharing this amazing opportunity with them. Assume they do want to join your team. This gives you that positive attitude, positive posture, and they will pick up on your positive vibes and make you a positive person. Believe in yourself, believe in the business opportunity, and believe in the products. Promote yourself. Have a positive attitude. Smile. Be a fun person to be around. Everyone wants a fun sponsor and be part of a positive team. Be prepared. When we have that negative attitude of they're not going to join you, not prepared for a yes, so be prepared. Have everything you need with you to start somebody there and then. Ask yourself this question. Do you believe you can change someone's life with this business? Here's some questions you can help your prospect. Asking the right questions is really important, and we want to come across as a professional. It also gives them more information and understanding. They also have to be the right questions. So the responses they give to the questions will also allow you to know where this person is at, what they are looking for, and if this opportunity is right to them. Did it make sense to you? Pretty exciting, isn't it? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 meaning you have zero interest and 10 meaning you're ready to get started now, where are you? And what did you like best? Can you see how this could be an opportunity for you? If you feel after asking them questions they are not quite ready, just keep exposing them and helping them. If they think they are ready, then Eric Worry says in Skill 5, ask them a series of 4 questions called the 4-question close. So question 1 is based on what you've just seen. If you were to get started with this company on a part-time basis, approximately how much would you need to earn per month in order to make this worth your time? Instead of asking this question, most distributors say things like, how would you like to make £10,000 a month? Don't do that. Instead of prescribing what you think they want, just ask them what it would take to make it worth their time and wait for their answer. Question 2, approximately how many hours could you commit each week to develop that kind of income? Now they have to go inside their head and check their mental calendar, see how much time they would invest to get that kind of money. Question 3, how many months would you work these kind of hours in order to develop that kind of income? This question makes them think about their level of commitment and if they want the income from question 1. And finally, question 4, if I could show you how to develop an income of that answer to question 1 per month, working that answer to question 2, hours a week over the course of that answer to question 3, months, would you be ready to get started? Most of the time, you'll get a positive answer. So go out there with confidence and let that confidence shine. Sit up tall, have good, strong posture, smile, and always have a positive attitude. And a quote from Eric Worry, don't let your current circumstances or capabilities limit your vision for 2016. You'll be amazed at how far you can grow in 1 year. That's it.
That was brilliant. That was really great, Emma. That was really, really good. Has anybody on here had an experience of sponsoring a client or a consultant and asking them these kinds of questions?
We did with Bryony's new IC Carey. We went through those exact questions and she was really struggling to answer at first, but she got there and then she signed up that very same night. So definitely worth doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through the 4-question close with Kelly Bromley.
How did it go?
She signed up, so, and now she's an area manager. So yeah, it worked pretty well. Thanks, Mary.
Well done, Anna. That was great.
Yeah, brilliant training. Thank you.
That was really good. I did with one of my directs called Natalie. When I presented the opportunity to her, I said to her at the end, on a scale of 1 to 10, which is what Emma obviously just went through, where do you see yourself? 1 being, I never ever want to hear the word Arbonne ever again. 10 being, yeah, get your laptop out. I'm ready to start this as a business. And I think she said something like 8, and I was like, what? Really? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so do you want to start then? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay. And I was really shocked.
Carey was a 9. We were like, really? Like, are you sure you've heard it properly?
Yeah,
I'm not trying to put you off, but
anyone from a 6, I'd say a 6 is they're going to join your business.
You get shocked though when someone says yeah.
Yeah.
When they say yeah, you're like, really?
Below 5, I'd just then go down the products route.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And then
that was amazing.
revisit.
Sorry, Jen.
And then revisit business later, like a month later or something, once they know how much they love the product.
Yeah. Good advice. Right, Emily, do you want to do your training? Hang on, you're on mute. Do you want me to unmute you? Oh, you done it.
I've done it.
I've already got 3 upstairs.
Right, go on, go upstairs.
Family-friendly business.
Yes, definitely. Oh, she's already had her input to the training as well. So
And what did she think to the helping someone become a customer or distributor?
Well, she missed half of it. She's just been up and down a little bit, so she's not been paying attention very well. So I do need to have words with her about that. Right, okie dokie. So FC5. So what I thought I'd do is, just to start off, I'd go through my way of introducing FC5 to a client with my little hand cream trick, and then I will go into the more technical side of things. Okay, so has everybody got their hand cream at the ready?
Hang on. If whoever's got it, hold it up and I'll take a picture. Don't worry if you haven't got one. Michelle, are you just pretending? Holly, you've got one on order.
So this really, for some of you will have heard me talk about this before, but the FC5 and the FC5 technology and this little trick with the hand cream was really my kind of tipping point into me starting this business, because in my 20 years of being in the beauty industry, I'd never come across technology like this before. So when I introduced FC5, and especially the hand cream, I explained briefly that any product that you buy has got a certain amount of active ingredients in, and those ingredients then have to have preservatives in, and throughout time in the bottle they'll become oxidized and they will start to lose their potency. What Arbonne have been able to do with their fresh cell technology is encapsulate those active ingredients in bubbles, if you like, and it stays pure and it stays active in the tube until you're ready to use it. So then I ask whoever I'm talking to put a little bit of hand cream on their hand, and do not rub it in, just put a little bit on, either the back or front of your hand, whatever you want to do. So everybody got some? And have a smell. Smells lovely. Now the way that the FC5 technology works is those bubbles, when you start to apply that product, you burst those bubbles with that mechanical action of rubbing your hands together. So I want you to rub your hands together and then smell again. Can you smell the difference?
Smells lovely.
It smells fabulous. So basically, oh, I'm liking that you're doing it as well, Ian. Well done. Boys need hand cream too.
Toilet hands.
Yes.
Ian's hands have massively improved since he's been using this.
Okay, you go take what you need. So, because you've burst all of those bubbles, you then get a rush of all of those natural ingredients and those enzymes, because they've all been released. So that's what you can smell, is the active ingredients being released, and that's going straight into your skin. And so, like I say, I've never come across any brand that's ever done this before. So this is very, very up to the minute technology. So that's my kind of layman's terms of how I would explain FC5. Okay, take it and go up to bed. You'd have kids. So FC5 was actually Peter Matravis's first product launch, his first range that he created when he came to Arbonne. And the technology is patented, and it was patented for 4 years, which I think...
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How do you say it? Is it patented or patented, or does it not matter?
I don't think it really matters. I think it's potato.
Okay.
Just I think it depends on your accent. But same thing.
Okay.
So, yes. Go upstairs. So now I actually think that this patent might run out soon, because according to the SoundCloud, it was about 2 years old then. There was a 4-year patent on it. And I think the SoundCloud was about 2 years old. So I think we could be coming to the end of it now. So it'd be interesting to see what happens, whether they can extend it or whether other companies do pinch it.
So that's what happened. Other companies will be able to use the technology in their own products.
Yeah, it'll be open then to everybody. Whether they will or not, don't know. But yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, what the technology does is it suspends the fresh cells, and it leaves them encapsulated, untouched and intact. And those have got the vital phytonutrients, which are bioavailable and biocompatible with the skin. No, they're all quite keywords worth remembering. That's what are you doing? The joys. So yeah, encapsulated, untouched and intact. And because they are plant nutrients, the cells are very similar. Yes, the cells are very similar to the cells in our own skin, which is why they're bioavailable and biocompatible to the skin. So it's a bit like an egg. The shell protects the egg, and the egg remains intact throughout its journey from the chicken to the supermarket to your cupboard at home. And it's not until you're ready to crack that egg and use that egg that it's released. So when you do apply it to the skin, it mixes with the skin and it gives targeted enzyme delivery as well. That's quite another good phrase, targeted enzyme delivery. Does that all make sense? Does everybody understand how it works?
Does it just basically mean that because it's plant nutrients, the cells in it are really similar to our cells, and then when you say it's bioavailable and biocompatible, does that mean that it actually like sinks into the skin?
Yeah. So basically, because it's the same theory as with the nutrition, and how plant nutrition is a lot more effective for us and better for us than animal, because our cells
hit you.
No, I think she's trying to put a sticker on my forehead or something. Jess, this is being recorded and it's going to go on the internet.
Very nice, Jess.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Nice.
No, I can't leave it on. I'll put it on there. Okay. So as our bodies adapt and they can accept plant nutrients better than they can with animals. So it's bioavailable to the skin. So because they are enzymes, and the enzymes are quite small as well. Go. Do what you want. They can penetrate into the skin a lot more effectively, and because they're biocompatible to the skin, they can soak into the skin. And it's got that delivery system there. So what are our 5 ingredients? So it's not quite as high tech as PowerPoint. And I had some help with the colouring, as you can see. Enroll the family. So these are all good to remember. So we've got, yes, take them and go. So we've got carrot extract in there. So carrot soothes and calms the skin. It's very high in beta carotene, and beta carotene helps the skin to regenerate itself. Then we've got pumpkin. A pumpkin again is high in beta carotene and is also very moisturising. Hang on, let me let the dog out. If it's not kids, it's dogs.
Beta carotene, am I right in thinking that is a cancer fighting ingredient? Does anybody else know? Isn't that what makes carrots orange and red peppers red?
Yes, it is. That's where you get the beta carotene from. But also beta carotene turns into vitamin A in the body.
Right.
That's what we turn it into, which is why carrots help you see in the dark. In theory, it's the beta carotene that the body turns into vitamin A.
Does it have? Sorry.
I was just going to say, and is Jen right? Is that a cancer fighting thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
And it also gives you get beta carotene in red fruit and vegetables as well. I'm sure it gives you the red. So that's why anything that's going to help to fight cancer cells, the brighter the colour in nature, the better it is for you. And having a good rainbow of colours in your diet, that is the best thing for your body. So yeah, beta carotene, very good. So yeah, you've got beta carotene in the pumpkin as well, and it's also very moisturising. Then you've got mango. So think of mango as actually juicy fruit. So very, very hydrating, very nourishing. Then you've got kiwi. which kiwi is very, very high in antioxidants. Now, antioxidants are important to fight free radicals. Now, free radicals are things that are attacking the skin on a daily basis. So you can have free radicals that come from the outside. So they're your environmental factors like pollution, heating, weather, all of those kind of things. And then you've got free radicals that come from inside the body as well, and which attack all of our cells. And that can be related to diet and general health. So free radicals are something that we need to try and fight with all of our cells. And that also can have a link onto cancer as well. And it's also very high in the ACE vitamins. So this is quite good to remember, nice and easy to remember. Vitamins A, C and E. So the ACE vitamins, very, very good vitamins for your skin. Very high in antioxidants. And then you've got strawberry, which purifies, tonifies and balances the skin. So it's very cleansing, helps to close pores and also helps to degrease the skin as well. So they are our 5 fruits and vegetables, which are in all of the range. I'm just going to let the dogs back in. Okay. So now in our skincare ranges, we've got 2 ranges. We've got the range for oil and combination skin, and we've also got the range for normal to dry skin. Now with these 2 ranges, you've got other complexes in there as well. I'm not going to go too much into ingredients into these because otherwise it starts to get a little bit complicated and difficult to remember. But you've got in the oil and combination range, the matte fresh complex. So you've got a few ingredients in this complex is mallow, which helps to rebalance the skin. Melissa, which helps to decongest the skin. It's very healing, and it also balances the skin's pH levels. You've also got in here watercress, which is very high in vitamin C. It's actually got more vitamin C than oranges in watercress.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's another reason watercress is very, very good for you to eat. And I think you can make watercress soup very easily as well, which is supposed to be fantastic for you. You've got ivy in there, which again is another antioxidant and helps to regenerate the skin.
Is that from a plant? Is that the ivy plant?
Yeah, ivy plant. And then you've got witch hazel, which anybody who's ever suffered with oily skin is probably familiar with. It's quite astringent and it's an anti-inflammatory as well. And then verbena, which is part of the lemon family, which helps to balance the skin's pH. And rosemary, which helps to stimulate the circulation. Now, some people do worry if you have an oily skin, whether stimulating the circulation is a good thing, because they worry they're going to stimulate the oil flow as well and the sebum production. It's important to stimulate the skin regardless of skin type, because what you're going to be doing is you are bringing fresh blood into those skin cells, which is saturating those skin cells with vital nutrients and oxygen as well. So whatever the skin type is, getting the circulation increased is always something positive. It's not going to necessarily increase sebum flow as well, because you've got the ingredients in there that's going to balance that. So that's the matte fresh complex, which is in the oil in combination range. And then the moisture fresh complex is in the normal to dry range. So a couple of the ingredients in there, we've got birch leaf, which pulls moisture into the skin. It's like a humectant, a bit like the toners work in that way. We've got cucumber as well, which is soothing and anti-inflammatory. And cucumber is also in the calm range as well, because it is a very calming ingredient.
Emma, can I just ask how you describe what a humectant does? You know, when it says about the toner being a humectant.
Yeah. A humectant it works in the deeper layers of the skin, and it prepares the cells to suck up moisture.
Right. Great.
Yeah, so that then when you apply anything else to the skin, a moisturizer or a serum or anything like that, the skin cell is going to want to suck it up.
Like a sponge, like that?
Yeah, a bit like a sponge. Yeah,
Thank
it's going to
you.
help to draw it to it. We've also got in here clover blossom, which helps with the circulation, which, like I said before, is bringing oxygen and blood into the cells, and is also going to help to increase this cell's regeneration as well. You've got St. John's wort, which is antibacterial. And there's also a blend of carrier oils in there of jojoba, shea butter and safflower. Now they're very rich and very nourishing oils, which really help to carry those other active ingredients into the deeper layers of the skin, as well as helping to nourish the skin itself. Now they describe RE9 range as turning back the clock, and the FC5 range as stopping the clock. So the FC5 range is more for your younger clients. However, age really is just a number, and it depends on what the skin is doing and how the skin is behaving as to which line you're going to lean towards. Okay, so it is good for that. The whole range is good for any age skin, from early teens right the way up to somebody maybe in their 50s. You can find that ladies who are maybe going through menopausal times, hormonal imbalance, they're getting some breakouts, they're getting congestion in their skin because their hormones are going a bit crazy. They may well need to go on to the FC5 oily combination for a couple of months to help that with their skin, and then maybe go back to RE9. So, you know, these products you can dip in and out of as and when the skin needs it.
Emma, can I add something? Because that makes a lot of sense, actually, because I've got a PC that is addicted to the RE9, and she's used it for like a year, loves it. And recently, she just wasn't getting on with it, and she has actually not long had a baby and is breastfeeding. So I gave her my FC5 to trial for a few days, and she said that she just got on better with it. So she's ordered the FC5, and she's getting on really great with it. So I wonder if that's maybe why.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, what we have to remember is the skin changes all the time. Yeah, people tend to use the same skincare for years and years and years and years and years and never ever change it. But your skin, and then wonder why they don't really see much benefit from it and don't see much result from it. The skin changes through the seasons, and it changes through our lifetime. So, you know, it's important to look at what the skin's doing and ask the right questions about somebody's skin, and not just make an assumption of, you know, this is the right thing for you. I've got a client who started off on the FC5 night cream, and she then noticed that it was going a little bit tingling. It was a bit sensitive for her. It was fine before, but because we've gone into winter now, it's been colder, the heating indoors, the cold, the wind outdoors is making her skin a little bit sensitive. That night cream's a little bit too much for her. So now I've got her onto the calm products. In a couple of months, her skin will have probably calmed back down again, and she'll probably be fine to go back to her FC5. But it's going with what the changes are in the skin to change what the client needs to be using at that point. So, and so yeah, these can be good for any age. They can be great for men as well. They might need a break from their RE9. They might prefer these depending on their skin. You know, absolutely fine for men to use. Now, with the oily combination range, something that's really important with this is to make sure, if you do get somebody onto these products, is that you're keeping communication with them about how they're getting on. A lot of people, again, they'll be using products for oily skin and they're not necessarily monitoring their skin. There's a lot of oily products out there that are very harsh, very drying, very stripping on the skin, and all they're doing is stripping the oil out. If you strip the oil out of an oily skin, what the skin is automatically going to do is panic and start producing more oil. Okay, so you're not going to balance the skin, you're just going to strip it out, you're going to make the skin produce more and more and more. So you're never going to get rid of that oily skin. This is actually going to balance the skin. A lot of the reason why people can have an oily skin or a dry skin is because the skin's pH is unbalanced. So what the products are going to do is they're going to balance the skin's pH, and that is going to help to regulate either the oiliness or the dryness or the combination, whatever the skin is going through at the time. If they are using the oily combination, like I say, check back with them. They may well only need to use it for a couple of months. If you just leave them to it, and 6 months later, their skin has gone dry, they've been using this too long because it's regulated. Okay, so the oily combination range, we've got a cleanser and toner in one in both of the ranges. They did a survey and discovered that a lot of people, especially the younger generation, didn't bother using toners, so it was a bit of a wasted effort. So they put it into one product. How are we doing for time? I'm just a bit concerned because there's loads of products in this range.
How much are you going over?
I'm going to go through all of them, but briefly.
Okay.
And what time are we up to? Right, okay. So the cleanser toner has got a lot of the strawberry extract in, so it's very purifying, and again it's got the matte fresh complex, so it's going to help to really cleanse the skin, purify the skin. The strawberries are going to help to close the pores as well, and the rosemary is going to be stimulating the circulation. So you can just use that in the shower, wash it off with water or over the sink. And then you've got the oil absorbing day lotion, which has got an SPF of 20, which is really important to be using an SPF on the skin. Even younger skins, especially, even oily skins, they still need to use an SPF, and even in the winter, because we've still got those sun's rays. So you've got the SPF in there, you've got a lot of kiwi in there, and the matte fresh complex. It's very, very light. Has anybody used any of these oily combination products? So I've never tried them because I don't struggle with that with my skin, so I can't talk firsthand from those ones.
I've got them, but I've never personally used them.
Yeah, so it's not really something that you'd use unless you really needed it. So yeah, the day lotion, nice and light, nothing too heavy for the skin, and it's going to help to mattify as well.
Mary's used the powder because she often got a shiny forehead, and she said that really helped her.
Yeah. Fab. Yeah, the powder is the other product. Now the powder has got mica and kaolin, which are very, very fine minerals, and what they're going to do is they're going to absorb the excess oil. So yeah, this is great for somebody who suffers with shininess on their skin. Now you'd use it, the most important thing when you use this product is do not use it with the little puff sponge thing that it comes with. Okay, never use that, because what you're going to end up doing is you'll put it on your skin, put it back in the pot. Any bacteria that was on your skin is now contaminated your product. And one of the biggest things with an oily skin is it's prone to blackheads, it's prone to spots, it's prone to infections because those pores are very open. So you start transferring bacteria backwards and forwards, you're not going to get better skin, you're going to get worse skin. So you'd never use that. You'd use a clean cotton pad or cotton ball or cotton wool ball, whatever you've got, to use that to apply to the area that you need to. So you can apply it after you've cleansed the skin, apply it with a cotton pad, then apply your moisturiser, and then apply it again over the top of the moisturiser on the areas that get shiny. And then you can reapply it throughout the day as well, if you need to. And that's really going to help to balance the pH as well throughout the day, because the skin's pH does change throughout the day as well because of the different environments that we're in. But like I say, the most important thing is to tell your clients not to use that pad that's in there. That's just there to protect the mirror that comes in there. If they ask, well, if I'm not going to use it, what's the point of having it? Because that's the sort of question that people ask. And then we've got the deep cleansing mask in this range as well, which again has got kaolin in. Kaolin is very deep cleansing, and you've got strawberry in there as well, and you've also got pineapple. Now pineapple enzymes are really, really good to exfoliate the skin. they nibble away the dead skin cells on the surface. So there's also pineapple enzymes in the cellular renewal mask in the RE9. So I've not tried this mask, but I would imagine, going by the ingredients, that it would give you a bit of a tingly sensation. But don't quote me on that because I've not tried it. Now, you can use this mask either just applying it and leaving it on for 10-15 minutes. If you've got a really area of congestion or one really good big juicy spot, you can put a little bit on before you go to bed and leave it overnight, and it'll work its magic overnight. Okay, so that's the oily combination range. And then we've got the hydrating range. So again, teens and upwards with this one, can be used pretty much for anybody. I've got some to show you as well, because I've just had these come through. So you've got, again, the cleanser and toner in one, and you can either wash it off, or you can use cotton wool pads or a mitt to remove it. Now, this is the only cleanser that we've got that you can do that with. All of the others are wash-off ones. So people who do like a traditional cleansing milk to remove their makeup are going to like this. So you could just apply it, take your eye makeup off first, apply it all the way around, massage it, mix a little bit of water to loosen up the dirt, debris and makeup from the skin, and then either use cotton pads or a clean flannel or a clean mitt to remove it. Or you can use it in the shower and just wash it off with water as well. So either or.
I take that to a lot of events with me so that people can remove their makeup, cleanse their face, and then apply their makeup. It's fantastic for that, because then you're not having to take people along to the sink. Yeah,
definitely. It can leave a moist film on the skin when you wash it off with water as well. So when people use it and think, oh, feels like there's something still on there, there isn't, but you can use it and it will leave that kind of moist film on the skin. But it's a lovely one to play with as well, because it smells so gorgeous. You can't not like that. So again, you've got the ACE vitamins in there as well, and it's going to condition and treat the skin, not just cleanse it and remove makeup. Then you've got the day cream. I think the oily combination, I think they come in the exact same packaging as well. So the day cream, again, an SPF 20. You've got a kiwi in here. You've also got the Moisture Fresh complex. Very, very hydrating. Again, you've got your ACE vitamins in there. You've got pomegranate in there. You can use this underneath with the RE9 serum underneath if you want to. Okay, all of the ranges are interchangeable and can work together. So if you've got somebody who maybe isn't ready for the full RE9 but just wants a bit of a boost, you know, they could use the serum as a booster treatment maybe once a year or something like that. Okay, so that's your day cream. And then you've got your mask. This mask is lovely. I tried this the other night and it's really, really, really nice. It's really nourishing on the skin. You've got a lot of mango in here, so it's very nourishing. It really nurtures and revitalizes the skin and really leaves it lovely and soft and dewy. You can leave this one on overnight as well if you want to. And what you can also do is use a bit of a layering system and use the skin conditioning oil first, then use the mask, and then use the night cream. And that's going to be like a super duper duper major intensive moisturizing boost. So especially after something like a long haul flight, when your skin's really dehydrated from the air conditioning, this would be a great combination to use. And you can also use this as a very, very thin layer underneath moisturizer if you need that little bit extra. Yeah, I was just thinking that, you guys, thinking on your way to Arizona. And you know what? Are you allowed to take things like this in hand luggage now? I don't think you are you?
It has to be a certain amount, doesn't it?
Yeah.
10 mil, I think.
Get a little bit of that in a pot and take it with you and stick it on the plane.
Good idea. I'm just going to show in the book where it is for anybody that's listened to this. So this is exactly what Emma's talking about. But if you can see, there's two different columns. So one column is the oily combination, which is what Emma was talking about first, and what she's talking about now is the normal to dry one. So those are your two different columns, just if anybody's wondering about where to find them in the book. So there they are.
And there is so much information in that catalogue. Really, really read that catalogue over and over and over and over again, because there's so much information in there. So then the last thing in the hydrating range is the night cream. Now the night cream is very rich in mango again. It's also got rose geranium, it's got olive, orange peel. It's very, very regenerating, very hydrating, also quite stimulating as well. So it's a real booster treatment for the skin. Any night product is going to be richer and more intensive than a day product, because at night time, that's when your skin is healing and repairing itself and is really going to use those nutrients. So you find it's richer. You also tend to find a night cream is more expensive than a day cream, because it's got more of those intensive ingredients in. Now the oily combination range doesn't actually have a night cream in it, which I'm not quite sure why, but depending on the person's skin type, you could always use this one if they weren't exceptionally oily. I don't know why there's no night cream in the oily combination. It seems a bit bizarre to me. So that question comes up, don't know how to answer it. But you could use any other night cream. So that's the facial products. Most of the facial, well no, there's another one actually that I've missed out, that I've got further down. So the eye cream is the other product, the FC5 eye cream. Helps to brighten, is anti-inflammatory, very good for dark circles, very good for puffiness. You've got kiwi in there, you've got shea butter, you've got the Moisture Fresh complex. Again, somebody more younger skin, because it's not going to be quite as anti-aging as the RE9, but somebody could always use the FC5 in the morning and the RE9 at night if they wanted to. So it's a bit of a step down from the RE9, but more for puffiness and dark circles. And then we've got the skin conditioning oil, very high in the strawberry, and also the moisture complex. It's got jojoba, safflower, very, very good for things like psoriasis, acne where it's very dry, scarring, dermatitis, anything like that, any dry skin condition, it's amazing for. It's very, very healing. You can, if you've got a certain patch of something that's very dry, keep applying it throughout the day and it will work even better. So kind of a short burst of something for this one. Very good post-surgery, after somebody's had laser treatment, before, during and after radiotherapy, because it really helps to strengthen the skin and helps to heal the skin. Fabulous for cuts and grazes, stings, dry cuticles, dry elbows, a bit of a kind of everything product. And it only comes in a tiny, tiny tube, but it's so rich that you only need a minute amount of it, and it goes a really, really long way. So really, really good product, this one. And then we've got the scrub. So got the facial scrub. This is fabulous. Great to use in the shower. Just apply on damp skin, massage, and then rinse it off. Full of antioxidants. It's got kaolin in there. It's got jojoba beads, and the jojoba beads actually melt while you're massaging it in and really help to soften the skin. It's got rice starch and bamboo in there. It doesn't have any of those nasty plastic little beads, which are what are going into the environment and destroying the fish. We don't have any of those in any of the exfoliators. Exfoliating is really, really important. Every single person should be exfoliating their skin either once or twice a week, and something that you always want to recommend your clients to do, because if you don't exfoliate your skin and you're not getting rid of those dry, dead skin cells, anything you apply on the skin is going to just be soaked up on dry, dead skin. It's not going to get into the skin cells that really need it the most. So exfoliate, get rid of all that dry, dead skin. What were the grains? You've got jojoba beads, rice starch and bamboo.
Which Katie used on half of her legs. She's wasted half a tube of my scrub and then said, my legs are all red and itchy. And she's used half my tub, which says it said it was a scrub. I said, yeah, not a body scrub.
Oh dear.
Not impressed.
No, not good. That really, really important. And you want to scrub before you put a mask on the skin, and you'll get more benefit from your mask. So then onto body products. So you've got the body cleanser. So the shower gel, it's got no SLS in. It's got the Moisture Fresh complex. It's got cocoa butter, shea butter. It's got vitamins A and E. Really, really lovely cleanse. It's not just cleaning the skin, it's treating the skin. And then you've got the body moisturizer to use after the shower, which again have got those vitamins in. Pumpkin extract, which is going to help the cell renewal. And of course, there's no mineral oil or anything that's going to stop those ingredients from penetrating right in. And it's working on the deeper layers of skin, which are going to be coming and showing out through the surface layers of the skin as well. And you've got the body scrub in that range as well. So ideally what you would use is the shower gel first, then the scrub, rinse it off, and then finish off with the moisturizer. So that's your shower products. Your hand cream, which we've already had a play with, a really good one to introduce your clients to Arbonne and to the FC5 range. Great to keep in your handbag. As soon as you apply that, everybody around you is having a bit of a sniff and wondering what that lovely smell is. But this is quite impressive. It's got 52 plant ingredients in that hand cream. 52 plant ingredients, and it's got 34 different essential oils, which is pretty amazing for any product to have that kind of amount in. And then you've got the foot cream, very cooling, very anti-inflammatory, can apply all the way up to the legs, great for travel. If you get puffy ankles or anything like that, it's really good because it's nice and soothing and nice and cooling. And then we've got the shampoo and conditioner. Shampoo, they're both salon quality products, absolutely fine for chemically treated hair. They're working very much to rebalance the scalp. As we found out from Becca's training last week, all of this is all dead. Yeah, so what your hair is doing depends on what your scalp is doing. So it's going to balance the pH of the scalp. So if you've got greasy hair, it's because your scalp is greasy and because your scalp is creating greasy hair. So by treating the scalp and balancing the pH of the scalp, it's going to help to combat that and help to balance the oiliness and any dryness as well. So very good for if anybody's got psoriasis or anything like that on their scalp. You've got the plant ingredients, the kiwi, the moisture complex, which are going to penetrate into the scalp and work on that follicle area. You've also got panthenol in there, which helps to give the hair shine, and it really does make your hair grow, which I have noticed because it's driving me up the wall because I keep needing to get it cut. And I noticed it with Jessie's hair as well, and it's fine to use on kids. It's great for kids. And then you've got the conditioner, which you don't really need to apply into the roots of the hair unless you've got exceptionally dry hair, so just really on the ends. And you've got a lot of carrot extract in there, and your ACE vitamins as well, which are really going to help to treat the hair if it's a bit dry or damaged, and really help to flatten those cuticles down and get it nice and soft and shiny. And that's your FC5 range. Did that all make sense? Has anybody got any questions?
That was
We've
brilliant.
lost Danny.
Thank you very much, Anna. That was great. With the FC5 deep cleansing mask, I think I heard on one of the SoundClouds that you can wear it underneath the makeup, like if it's on a spot or a decongested area.
I think you probably could. I know you definitely can on the other one, the dry skin, quite possibly. You'd only want to use a really, really thin layer, but I've not used that product, so I don't really know. If it's quite, with the hydrating mask, it's very light and it's very creamy. If the other mask, if it's because of the kaolin is a mud. So that's what helps to deep cleanse and draw impurities out of the skin. So it can be a little bit thicker. So I don't really know the consistency of it to know how well that would work. But it would be one of those things that you could try.
But you can wear the intensive hydration mask, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because that, it's like a cream. Let me show you on the back of my hand. It's really, really light.
Maybe I've been putting it on too thick. 'Cause I
Maybe.
do
So,
that and it's brilliant.
yeah, see, it kind of... So look, it almost rubs in. She doesn't sleep, this child.
You're making a mess, Mummy.
Yeah. I dread to think what our bedroom's going to be looking like when I go upstairs. So that's practically gone into nothing. And I used this mask last night. I actually did, I used the sea sauce mask first to really give my skin a good deep cleanse. And then I put some of this on, and I actually left it a couple of hours.
Wow.
And then just kind of massaged it in, and it gave my skin a really, really nice boost. But it's the deep cleansing mask, because of the kaolin in there is a more thick mud consistency.
It's quite like a clay.
Yeah, that's
Right,
kind of what I would imagine because of that kaolin. So I don't know how well that would work.
Oh, look, she looks at me.
Nose area.
Yeah,
Mummy's
And it dries out like a clay.
So was there any other questions about anything?
That was really, really good, Emma. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Really well explained, all of it.
Good. Sorry, I've taken up most of the Zoom.
Yeah, we're going to have to come off in a minute, ready for the 9 o'clock one. So we haven't got no time for a chat tonight because we've got the 9 o'clock Zoom. But myself and Hayley's staff are training on the 9 o'clock Zoom.
Fab.
So thank you so much for that, Emma. I will log out of the call so I can log into the next one. But thank you both, Emmas. That was really, really great training, as usual. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Same code, Danny.
No, Zoe's.
Okay, thank you.
See you in a minute.
Bye.
Bye.